when I was able to work in the US and I had to find a daycare for my daughter and I started with NEI, kind of like Googled the different daycare that you could find in my surrounding area, walked in and said, yeah, we can take her like tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Then as long as you pay, you can just drop off your child and they just take care of her. When I came back, like I told you, I was so relaxed. My baby was born December 1. We were moving February 22nd. I start looking into daycare in January because I totally forgot that in France, finding a daycare was just not that easy. I called all the daycare in my surrounding area. All of them are like, we have about 2 years of waiting list. I'm like, 2 years? But in 2 years, I won't need you. My child is going to be about to go to school. Like, I'm not going to need your services. Yeah, but we really don't have spot now until probably 2025. Okay. Then I try to look at home, like daycare lady, and I called those maybe a dozen, 15 people. I can't remember how many. I call them one by one. Nope, we can't take your child. My next spot will be in 2026. Okay, thank you. Bye. Then you finally narrow it down like your search. Then you find two. You visit one. Like, no thanks. Then you have the last one, and you're like, okay, that's my last shot. I have nothing else. I'm not gonna go work with my baby. And lucky me, so just to give you an idea, I came back February 22nd, 2022. She was only available from June, and that was the earliest I could find. My contract here was starting in April. So my husband had to like fill the gap, and then we had the family coming over. We were so lucky to have peoples around to help us out until we could actually have the daycare. But she couldn't take him until early June, you know? And then you start talking to them, and then she was like, "Okay, I have spot for your child, but I have time constraint. Basically, I can do 7:30 at the earliest, but I don't want to work on Friday." And you're like, "Well, that's going to be an issue because if I tell my company I don't want to work on Friday, I don't think they'd be happy." And then she said, "Okay, maybe we can negotiate into a half day." I'm like, "No, I can't do a half day. You need to keep my child for the whole day. Like, I just can't ask my company not to work on Friday afternoon." We came up with a deal and said, "Okay, I can work until 4 PM, but like 4 PM on the dot, you have to be at the front door." She was super lovely and she was very nice. But these items are things that when we came back, we totally forgot about it. And see, this is something that I really, really talk through with my employees that I'm moving with children. Make sure you listen to what we're saying because you're probably not going to find a daycare the next day you arrive. We need to start this discussion ahead of time. And it's hard for them to understand. But if you do explain them, I was not used to actually use my experience with them at the beginning because I felt like it was a little too personal. Now I'm literally using it. And then they listen and they say, okay, she knows what she's talking about. And it helps. It helps. And here again, having someone like NEI and providers to help you go through that, it's a blessing.